Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Come on in. Come on through. Come on through. Come on through. Come on through. We got some things to talk about. We got some things to talk about. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon, because it's afternoon. But y'all know I started late. I did. I started late today. So it's not morning, it's the afternoon show. That's why it doesn't say the M Kingz morning show on the screen. Because I started late. Because I got a late start. It happens, it happens, it definitely happens. Just give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment. Is my husband in the chat? Is my husband up in this chat? Well, good morning, Tanika. The plus size doll. Hey, Christine. Hey, Trisha. I'm not a morning person either. I'm really not. I am not a morning person. So y'all come on through. I'm about to start the show because I've waited long enough. I'm about to start the show. And here we go. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I like my little shirt, but I don't like it because it just reminds me of like what pajamas should be made of. But I like the color because it's gray, purple, and pink. I don't know how much of it y'all can see on the screen, but it's gray with purple and pink lines. And I like it because I like the color. Hey, Miss MW50. Thanks for coming through. Hey, Patricia. Yes, y'all. But I like my little shirt because I like the colors. But then when I actually put it with something to wear one day, I was like, this look like pajamas. But good morning. Well, good afternoon, y'all. I'm sorry it's not morning. Thank you. I'm sorry it's not morning, but last night I was wide awake. I didn't get on my dialysis machine till like midnight, and I have to stay on for 9 hours. So, of course, by the time the machine set up, it said I wasn't getting off till 10 o'clock. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to just run and jump on YouTube as soon as I get off the machine. So, I had my coffee, I did my little doulalas, got this face together. Fenty Beauty. Fenty Beauty. Well, Fenty Skin, because it's under Fenty Skin. Y'all know. Y'all saw the video. Anyway, I'm still happy with those products, by the way. The only thing, and I'll be honest with you guys, the only thing I did notice that, but it's with anything, it's not just Fenty Beauty. This part of my skin under my eyes, a lot of times when I put products under there, like lotion or toner, it tends to either dry me out, give me a rash, or make me itch. And I was noticing that as the day went by, all up under my eyes was itching. And then I said, oh, because I'm putting it all up under here. So I really can't put anything up under here because this part of my skin is like really sensitive. So I just go underneath here and I'm fine. I don't put it as close up top as I was. So that's just like my honest opinion because I told you a lot of people say they get a reaction from it. So that was my reaction from it was getting that little tingle and itch up under here, but I can't use a lot of things like that, even lotion. If I put lotion on the only thing actually I can put up under there or on top of like here or here is uh, shea butter. That's the only thing that don't affect me like that. For anything else, lotions, creams, anything like that, it gives me a reaction because that part of my face is like extremely sensitive. Hey Roxanne. Hey Lynn. Yes, y'all. So we got a lot to talk about today. I'm gonna give y'all some spoilers. So if you are a fan of Pose and didn't watch it last night, I'm gonna say turn down your volume and wait for me to go like this, because that'll let you know I'm done. But if you know, don't watch Pose, then you can go ahead and listen, because Pose actually is gonna lead into something I want to talk about today in actuality. So Pose last night, oh my God, it was heart. What's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't heartbreaking. It made me emotional. It made me emotional. I was sitting there crying. I ain't gonna lie. One, because when I see weddings, it takes me back to my wedding day and all the joy and happiness I experienced that day. Two, because Angel went through what Tremel went through. So it was very much wow. Like, and I know for him to see that, it had to let him know, like, again, when you in a situation, you feel like you're the only one. But when you see, even though it was TV, when you see it happen to other people, you realize, and people have come to him and told him that they went through the same thing. It makes you, not that you don't feel as bad, but you understand that there's more people out there that's going through the same thing you went through. Because a lot of times we go through things and we feel like, damn, I'm the only one. And in reality, we all know we're not the only one, but that's what it feels like sometimes. So on that note, hey OTP, hey Melissa. On that note, it was very emotional for me when watching Angel talk to her dad, and then seeing the wedding and seeing little Poppy and her and exchanging vows. That was like, oh my God, I was reliving my own wedding in my head at the time. So it was really good. It was a really good episode. And then watching Pray Tell and knowing that my friends went some of the things that he went through, and I know I already prepared myself because I know the last episode they're probably gonna make him die, or somewhere near the last episode that he's gonna die. I know he is. I prepared myself for that. I enjoyed the fact that they brought back Candy. I enjoyed the fact that they brought back, I can't think of his name, the boy that passed away, to be part of their day, because most of us, if we have somebody that we love and care about, that's what we're thinking. They just put their thoughts into reality for TV. And most of us are thinking that the people that we love that couldn't be there are there watching over us. So all of that was just emotional. It was emotional because I wish my mother could have been there, but I know she was watching over my wedding when it was happening. So it was just like, if y'all haven't saw me and Tremel's wedding, it's up here. Go watch it. You'll see both of us crying like babies. We couldn't even get our wedding vows out for real. And we both kept saying, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. But it was good. Last night episode was good. What I want to talk about and what Angel realized when she was talking to her father, she realized that she was just like him. That when little Poppy needed her the most, and when he needed her to be there for him, she ran away because she thought about herself. She didn't think about him. She thought about her. She thought about how is this going to affect me? I don't want to do this. I'm not ready for this. I'm ready for this, but I ain't ready for that. And then she realized while she was talking to her father that, I'm doing to him the same thing you do to me. When I need you the most, you're not there for me. When I need you the most, you ran away from me. You didn't want no parts of me. And I had to go through all of this by myself. And the only person that was there for me was him. He was the man I needed in my life. He was the man that gave me strength to go on and do the things I wanted to do and push me to be a better me. It wasn't you. And that's what I want to talk about today. How we tend to mimic what we've seen growing up. Now, when I say that, I mean, for example, me. Sometimes I get mad at myself, and I know y'all gonna think this is crazy. But sometimes I get mad at myself because I feel I love people too much. I love people too hard, and I give too much of myself. But I learned that from my mother and my grandmother. And I watched both of them. No matter what, no matter how a person really treated them, no matter how wrong I felt it was, they just helped people and they loved people and they gave people. And I do the same thing. I do. My mother did it with money because she had money to give. My grandmother did it with love, bringing you in her house. I mean, we would fight with her like, why you have this crackhead in the house? Well, they hungry, they need to eat, and they can't be on the street. And I'm like, well, you jeopardizing my life because I'm staying here too. Like, come on, lady. But this is who my grandmother was. And I saw all of this. And as much as I might have not liked it and hated it, I do the same thing. And I had to sit back one day and I asked God, I was like, why did you give me this capacity to love people and things like this? I don't want this. I didn't ask for this. I just want to be a mean, evil bitch and tell people, leave me alone. Just go, bye. Because me doing that has led me to a bunch of heartbreak, have led me to a bunch of people that really weren't my friends, have led me to just be a mess in my eyes. But in reality, I was doing a good thing. I was helping someone. I was being there for someone that had no one to be there for them. And Joe man, what are you doing? Because I hear you doing something. And it just was too much. It became too much for me one day. And one day I will never forget. I was driving and I was just in my head going, why? Why did you give me this capacity to love the way you did? And at the time, I was single by myself on my way to dialysis, driving, and the drive was 45 minutes. So I was sitting in the car thinking in my head. I guess you could say talking to myself in my head. And I heard a voice say, because there's someone coming to you that needs the love that you have. And I'm like, whatever. Ain't nobody coming to me. I'm single for life. I'm going to be by myself forever because I know that's what it is. And blah, 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 blah. And I heard the voice again. I gave you this type of love because the person I have for you needs it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. In my mind, I'm like, this is whatever. Right after that, a few months later, here comes Tremel. Now, y'all know his story, so I ain't going to re-go through that. But I was like, wow, that's true. Like, Tremel needs the kind of love that I can give. The kind of love that's unconditional no matter what. The kind of love that I won't walk away just because you say something that I don't like. We're going to have a conversation about it and just don't do it again. And I think a lot of times we mimic the things we've seen growing up. We even though if we don't like them, a lot of times when it's something that impacts our lives to a degree, like my sister's the same way. And my sister's more compassionate than me because there are times I'll tell a person, no, get away from me, leave me alone. I just can't because my spirit I do have discernment. That's one thing that I can say, that even with that, I came discernment. So it's not like everybody gets to experienced that because believe me, I pick and choose. I ain't gonna lie. I pick and choose. It's not everybody. But with my sister, it's everybody. My sister will just, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I said, and I asked someone that said, does it make you mad that you do some of the things you do? Joe Mel, get out of that because you know where we got it from. And she was like, yeah, grandma and mommy. And I'm like, does that make you mad? And she was like, no, why would it make me mad? That's a good thing. And I said, to a degree, it's a good thing. I said, but I love people too hard. I love people too much. When I give my all in my heart, I give my all in my heart. And that's to a friend, to someone in need, to whoever, to somebody I was dating or my husband is worse. But that's just who I am as a person. And hey, NQ's world, hey, Oreo Mouse. I just think that a lot of times we mimic a lot of the things that we see. We mimic things that we see growing up to them. We mimic things that we see growing up. Some of the things we don't like, some of the things we do like. And a lot of times, as much as we say, I'm not going to be like my parents, and you have kids and you realize one day, oh my God, I'm just like them. Because you learn how to love, you learn how to have empathy and emotions and all of that you learn growing up. So if you don't have those things, if your parents didn't show you those things, a lot of times we lack those things. Or a lot of times we look for that love we weren't shown, or we look for the empathy and compassion that wasn't shown to us. And that's what a lot of people, what leads a lot of people down paths that the rest of us sit back and go, what is wrong with them? But it's not, I'm not going to say it's not their fault, but technically it really is not their fault. They're looking or doing and mimicking what they were taught. And we are not, none of us was, I mean, nobody sat you down and taught you how to love. Nobody sat you down and taught you how to have empathy. You just did it or you saw it. And when you saw it, you realized what it was. So it kind of gets embedded in you. And you just, you know, like I know people whose parents smoke. You couldn't pay them to smoke a cigarette because they hated it. They just hated it. They didn't like the smell. They didn't want no parts of it. And now today they don't want to smoke. And then you have people that thought it was cute. That it was, ooh, I want to grow up and be able to hold a cigarette in my hand and sit like this and talk. And they were entranced by it because it looked cute to them. So they grew up and became smokers. It really depends on the person. It really depends on what you choose to pick and do. Like, for example, me and my sister have been in situations and I'll tell her, remember when? And she's like, that didn't happen. I'm like, girl, you was right there. Or she'll tell me something and be like, remember when this happened? I'm like, that didn't happen. And she's like, yes, it did. Because you pick things in your mind that has a great impact on you. And if you have siblings and you have conversations about certain things, each one of you remember a different part of what happened. It's not that it's selective amnesia. It's just that at that point in time, that's what stood out in their head the most. That's what, you know, intrigued them the most about the situation. So you can't be mad at them when they say, oh, I don't remember this or I don't remember that, because that what you remember wasn't what they remember about that day or time or situation. Amen, nephew. That's a good thing, but everybody don't deserve it. You're right, TPV. Everybody don't deserve it. And a lot of times I tend to give it to the wrong people. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say I give it to the wrong people because people happen into your lives for a reason. So whether the reason is good or bad, I mean, it might be a bad situation for me, but a good situation for them because they learned something. I've had the power to change people's lives, and even though I was mad at the situation of how it ended and things like that, they'll come back to me and thank me, and you know, it was because of you that I'm doing this, and this, or it's because of you that I have this, and this, and I've moved on, and I've this, and I've that, and I get mad, and I've had to go back to people and apologize to them because when it was time to go our separate ways, I was pissed. I was mad. I was angry. I was like, oh no, this is not going to happen to me again. And I went off because I'm not the nicest person on the planet. I know that, and I can admit that I'm not the nicest person when you piss me off. And I've gone back and apologized to them, and they accepted my apology, and they still told me that they've been doing great. And even some people that I think I didn't get to, those are the ones that I really be like, well, wow, it was a good thing that what happened happened. So most times it's a lesson for you, right, Roxanne? Most of the time it's a lesson for you. God gave you the heart, not everybody. So right, like, but sometimes it makes me mad. You have no idea. My whole family smoke weed. I hate it, but I love the money from it. Let me tell you, Auntie Pee I'm the same way. I hate the smell of weed. I ain't gonna lie, you give me an edible, I'm good. You give me an edible, I'm good. I'm right there with you. Smoke your little weed, give me my little edible, and we good. I just hate the smell of weed. I hate the taste of it. I hate the smell of it. I just hate it. Now, I've been around people that have been smoking from stuff they got from a dispensary, a legal dispensary, and it smells totally different than the stuff they buy on the street. Now, the dispensary weed I can deal with because it just has a totally different smell. It smells like weed, but it's not. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's a different smell, so I don't. But I cannot stand the smell of weed. Ask my husband; he'll tell you. Oh God, I can't. Hey, Erica. I just, but to each his own child. Just Jomel, get over here and sit down. Sit down. You didn't have enough of eating something, getting sick. No, you digging through everything you could find like you hungry. You ate your whole bowl of food. I just put another bowl of food down for you, and you up here scavenging for paper. Who does that? This dog is crazy. Roxanne, you can have him. You said you wanted a dog like him. I'm going to ship him to you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fly him to you. If they letting dogs fly in airplanes again, I'm going to fly him to you so you can have a crazy dog. I just don't like when I smell seeds burning. No, that's disgusting. I just, ooh. I don't know. I just don't like. I've been around people that come on, smoke, smoke. I'm like, ooh. No, for me to do that, child, now, if we having a little freak session. TMI, TMI, I know, but then I might get out roll 1, 2 and pass, cause but I prefer edible child. And my friend makes really good edibles. Little Danny's. Look her up on Instagram. Amazing. They are amazing. She ships anywhere. Little Danny's. Lildannies. Little Danny. She makes macaroni and cheese, caramel popcorn, cakes, cookies, little mini sweet potato pies, Rice Krispie treat, butter, honey, all of it. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Trust me. And the prices are good too. And I know her personally. So, I don't send nobody nowhere to people I don't know. I know her personally. We used to work together and she could cook. So that makes it worse because you be sitting there like, oh, I'm eating this whole thing. And then you have to catch yourself because you realize if you eat that whole little thing of macaroni and cheese, you're gonna be up on the roof with the lawnmower. Talk about you mowing the roof, honey. Because trust me, I was eating the carrot. She sent me a bag of caramel popcorn, like the little snack size, the little snack sandwich, the little Ziploc snack size. And I'm sitting. She was like, "Joe, don't eat all that popcorn, girl. Whatever." I'm sitting there eating the popcorn. And that's when Sonic the Hedgehog, when they first started putting movies in the movies on TV. So I said, let me watch Sonic. Child, I was eating the popcorn. I'm like, she texted me. She was like, you like it? I said, girl, this ain't strong. I ate the whole bag. She was like, you ate the whole bag. I said, girl, I ate the whole bag. I said, and I'm sitting here contemplating if I want to eat the second bag. Child, all of a sudden, I'm watching Sonic, and he was rolling, spinning, and child, he spinned off the TV and around the room. And then I told her, I said, oh, girl, this is amazing. Sonic was running around the room. I said, oh, okay. She might have been right. I might have should not have eaten the whole bag. Oh, I think I'm the only person in the world who can't smoke weed. I tried a couple of months ago for the first time and couldn't do it. My husband laughed at me for days. I couldn't puff. You know what, Tanika? It's not. I mean, of course, I could smoke it, but it was. I just don't like the taste. And oh, if I, because me, I'll inhale it like it's a cigarette child and start smoking and start coughing like a fool. And that's the part I hate too. Because if it's real strong, but see, they warn me. They be like, don't puff a lot. Because they know I, and then I'll be sitting there coughing like I got TB. But I just don't like the taste of it. But like I said, give me an edible child, sky high. I will be sky high. I like edibles. The only thing I don't like about edibles is it take time to get to you. So like with the popcorn, I'm like, oh, I don't feel nothing, I don't feel nothing. And then by the time it hit me, I'm sitting there like, ooh, look at Sonic rolling around the room. Oh, but I always do that. My friend gave me, I think it was a 400 mg gummy. It was like 300 or 400. So I ate the gummy. Oh, you only need one. So I ate the gummy, nothing happened. Oh, Tramel ate a gummy, nothing happened. Tramel smoking a blunt. And then he left the gummies and gave me some gummy rings. I ate two gummy rings. I was just eating the gummy bears, and I'm like, "Oh, child, this is whack. It must be CBD. Ain't nothing happening." Da 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 da. Tremel's like, "Yeah, I don't feel nothing. I just feel my blunt." Da 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 da. Child, we went to Crown Chicken, so we in the room eating our chicken, and I ate that chicken, and the next thing I look, I said, "Tremel, did you just suddenly get high as shit?" This is just what he did. He's sitting on the bed watching TV. He goes, "No, I ain't high." Falling off the bed. Oh my God. It was all I could do was sit there and watch TV and be entranced and amazed. And then I just said, you know what? Let me lay my ass down and go to sleep. Because I'm high as giraffe pussy right now. And I need to come down. Because I didn't listen. I don't listen when it comes to edibles. I just eat. And then by the time it hits me, because in my mind, I'm thinking the edibles should be like weed and just bang, hit you right away. Edibles don't do that. They creep up on you. So, hey, Charlene, only song, like Reggie Brown, no, what seeds, all that's usually, but older product. Right. I just, it is what it is. And now that it's legal in New York, child, everybody up here is just like waiting for a dispensary to open. Everybody up here is just waiting for child. We go to Walmart and all you smell in the Walmart parking lot is weed. I'm like, well, damn, y'all couldn't wait. They be sitting in their car just smoking, I guess, waiting for their wives to come back or waiting for their men to come back. And I be like, well, who? Tremel was like, you smell that? I said, child, you know I smell it because I can't stand the smell. And he's like, who out here smoking in their car? I said, well, it's legal now. Ain't nobody can't nobody do nothing. Because I mean, if you could sit in your car and smoke a cigarette, you could sit in the car and smoke weed. That's all they was waiting for New York was to be able to smoke their weed. And these people up here, because they ain't this, they this, they love their weed, honey, and they don't care. They be every single time we have went to Walmart in the past 2 weeks. Every single time we go there and get out the car, you smell somebody smoking a blunt. And I'm like, well, damn. Is it the same? Is it one of the workers? Like, what the hell? Every single time. Hey, Miss Lois, I haven't seen you in a minute. Yes, you do get an amazing sleep. You do. Well, hell, I get amazing sleep if I smoke a blunt too. That's why I don't like smoking because it put me right to sleep. At first, when I first tried, when I was younger, it would make me child. I could tell y'all a story right now that make your pee your clothes. So I was with my friends and they called me because they was in a hotel up the block from my house. And they was like, come to the hotel, let's chill. We got a hotel room, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I didn't have a car at the time. So I walked over to the hotel because it really wasn't that far. It was a walk, but it wasn't that far of a walk. So I walked over to the hotel. Child, we got in the hotel, we sitting there, and they're like, come on, smoke with us, smoke with us. I really don't like doing it. I knew them, but I don't like doing that because if I don't know you, I don't know what you're giving me, so I don't be trusting people like that. But I did. Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't like in the first time, like in the beginning, it never used to do nothing to me. So it was like, okay, like I didn't understand why people did it because I never used to get high, never, never, never. But that was when they was making joints, rolling it up in the little white papers that you could buy in the grocery store. I never had a blunt rolled up in cigar paper, so that's what they had. So that was my first time with a blunt. And not, I always had a joint. I didn't have a blunt because there's a difference. Y'all know the difference because a lot of y'all on this chat know. So anyway, so I partook with them, and we puffing and passing, puffing and passing, puffing and passing. So then I started, feeling it. I said, "Oh, okay, this is different. I'm getting high from this. Okay, yeah." So I'm sitting there. All of a sudden, I started getting paranoid like a motherfucker. I was like, oh my God, the police are going to break in here and I'm going to jail. I'm going to have to call my mother and tell her to come get me from prison for doing drugs. So I'm sitting there now. I'm like, oh my God, I got to walk home. Somebody's going to kill me. They're going to kill me on my way home. So I felt like a rock sitting in the chair. So I said, okay, let me get up and go. Because they nodding off. I'm sitting here kind of falling asleep in the chair. I'm like, okay, let me go home. Child, I put on my little jacket because it was like springtime. So I went home a different way than I went because the way I went was like walking up a highway, but on the other side where the hotel was. The way I went home like through the neighborhoods because I was high and I said, I'm going to get hit by a car. I was already paranoid. I was like, I'm going to get hit by a car. I'm going home this way. Child, my big ass is walking home. And with the cars was going, I said, oh, they're going to get me. They're looking for me. Oh, the people are coming for me. If my big ass didn't stand behind a tree that was about this wide, thinking I was hiding, I thought I was hiding behind a tree. Then I'm tiptoeing down the block, cat a corner, like instead of just walking straight, I'm tiptoeing cat a corner, hiding and ducking behind bushes like somebody is really coming after me. Oh my, I'm ducking behind cars. I ducked and hid the whole way home because in my mind they were coming for me. Got home. And when I got home, I went in my room and I locked the door. And I said, they'll get Uncle Fred. They won't get me. I got in the bed and I was just laying there going, ooh, they coming for me. Oh, they know they followed me home. I hear them downstairs. I hear them coming down. I was so paranoid. It was hilarious. When I tell you hilarious, it was hilarious. If you could just imagine seeing my big ass ducking and hiding behind mailboxes and trees that's this big, and ducking behind bushes like somebody, I was really like I was in a movie and trying to hide from people. Oh, the next day. Because one thing about me, I don't care how drunk I am or nothing, I will remember everything. Child, I sat in that room and I laughed so hard at myself. But I tell you, I laughed at myself. Child, if they had cameras back then like they do now, I know whoever was watching the street cameras would have been peeing on themselves watching me. Because they would have been like, well, who he running from? And would have never saw nobody coming after me. Would have never saw nobody. Because I promise you, if you just saw me, you probably would have like ducked somewhere thinking that somebody was after me. Like, what he ducking from? I'm running cat a corner in the street. I'm like, oh, if they shoot me, if I run in the street, if I walk in the straight line, they're gonna get me. So let me walk in a thing so to make it hard for them to shoot me. Ouch, that was the funniest thing. When I tell you that was the fun. Hey, Brenda. When I tell you that was the funniest thing ever. So after that, I was kind of scared, but I ain't learned my lesson. I did it again, but this time I had a car when I went over there. Child, my dumb ass is driving home. Now I know I shouldn't have did it. I know I shouldn't have did it, so don't put it in the comments because I know. But God kept me. It was very easy, very good. I shouldn't have did it, and I ain't never did that again. Child, I'm driving home. Here we go, part two. They're coming for me. Okay, go very slow. I must have did 20 all the way home because I said, oh, they're gonna make me crash my new car. Oh, I was driving just like this, 20. I wouldn't go past 20. People are honking me. Luckily, it was like, thank God it was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, oh my God, the police are coming after me. And the police car, I said, oh, they're coming to get me. They're coming to get me. And they just went past. Child, I ain't never did it again. So the next time when I was smoking weed, I tell everybody, I'm like, nope, I'm driving. Nope, not going to happen. Nope, I'm not doing it because I already know. But I was scared that I was going to get paranoid. And then the next time I did, I didn't get paranoid. Well, I kind of get paranoid if I'm not in my own setting. If I'm in somebody else's setting, I'll get paranoid. I'm like, oh, they're going to kill me. Oh, there's somebody in another room. I hear them. They're going to come and they're going to kill me and they're going to rob me. I know they are. I hear them. Oh, God, why did I let these people? Oh, I'm too high. Oh, I'm going to die. My heart is beating. Like, I freak out. But if I'm home, I'm good. But if I'm somewhere else in somebody else's house, child, I lose my damn mind. I lose my damn mind. I do. And I'm like, child, that's why I don't. I really don't. I won't. I damn sure ain't doing the edible, because that will take me over the edge. Because I know me, I ain't gonna eat just a piece, especially if it's good. I'm gonna eat the whole thing, and then I'm gonna be sky high, and then do edibles really make me slightly paranoid, slightly, just a little bit, because I'll start thinking, "Ooh, the people are coming." It's always the people. Now, don't ask me who the people are. Don't ask me who the people are, but the people coming. I don't know who the people are, but the people coming. Well, no, Christine, you know what? I don't. When I get paranoid, I'm not one of those people that get paranoid and start telling it. I'm paranoid to myself, and that's what makes it even worse for me because I'm like, oh, they all gonna kill me. I'm just be sitting there thinking it to myself. I'm like, oh, just look like you're not high, because if they know you're high, that's when they gonna get you. I be thinking it to myself. I don't say it to nobody else. I'm not one of them people that, oh my God, we're gonna die. Oh my God, it's me. I'll be thinking it in my head, like, oh my God, they all gonna come and they all gonna attack me. I know this was a setup. I knew it was. I knew I shouldn't have did this. Look at them. Look at them. They just plotting at the right time to get me. They ain't gonna get me. I'll kill all them bitches in here. Woo. Tanika, if you, I'm telling you, if you can't, look up Lil Danny's LilDannies on Instagram. You won't be. Tell her I sent you. Matter of fact, if y'all go to Little Danny's looking for edibles, just tell her Joe sent you. That's all. And if you buy more than one thing, she does give a discount. Move, Jomel. Why are you in the window? Why? Why are you going? Because you feel better, so you want to act up now. Sit down somewhere. My dog. But I'm glad he feeling better, and I'm glad he back to himself. I really am. Because at first he had me scared. I'm like, oh God, I'm about to have to spend all this money in a vet, and I don't have it to spend. So I'm glad he's back to normal. Hey, let me see your transcript. Child Joe Mel is a hot mess. Joe Mel need to be groomed severely. He's just a hot mess. But I'm not going to really complain about it because for the last 3 days, all he been doing is laying down. He was really sick. I don't know what he ate. He ate something that he ain't had no, like he's doing now, scavenging around the room looking for paper and stuff. Get, come here and sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Eating stuff he ain't got no business eating. And then, I saw him. Actually, I saw him eating something, and I'm like, "Give me." Oh, is that what we doing? I said, "Well, then eat it and get sick then, because you want to growl at me. Eat it and get sick. And when you get sick, I'm not taking you to the vet." And what happened the next day? Sick, and was sick for 3 days, throwing up, looking for food, eat it and throwing up. And I'm like, oh. Then he had diarrhea. And I'm like, okay, this is too much. And then, the first day I didn't feel bad for him. I didn't, because I knew whatever he had, he shouldn't have had. But the second day I felt bad. I was like, oh God, my poor baby. So I gave him some Pepto Bismol. He didn't even want to take that. I had to wrap it up in some peanut butter. And when he took that, he was fine. And then he was acting up again the next day, and I gave him some more Pepto Bismol. I gave him Pepto Bismol tablet because I didn't have no kaopectate. Really, it should have been kaopectate, but I didn't have none. So I gave him Pepto Bismol tablet, and he ate he wouldn't eat it by himself, so I had to wrap it in peanut butter. He ate that, and after that, he seemed to be doing. He was well. Yesterday he was begging for food. When me and Tremel was eating and running up and down the stairs, if Tremel had food, if I had food, which is his normal thing, I said, okay, you back to normal. Tremel gave him a whole pot pie, and he sat there like a pig and ate the whole little pot pie, and he was fine. I said, okay, you back to normal. You begging and eating. And Jomel, come here. Good boy. Now sit down. Sit down and stop being the menace while I'm live. Yeah, because Tremel sleep, because his ass he stayed up all night. You said, guess who he get it from? Who he get it from, Brenda? Me or Tremel? Well, both of us. Tremel ain't in the chat today, y'all. He ain't sleep at all last night. He was too busy. His mind was working. Yeah, he's doing better. He sure did. Charlene ate a whole Popeye. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Ate a whole Popeye. It was a little one. It was like, one of them. I forgot the name. It wasn't the Marie Calendar one, the big one. It was that other one. I forgot the name of them, the smaller ones. Um, yeah. Yeah, there you go, Roxanne. That's her. That's her right there. Just tell her Joseph sent you, honey. That's it. Just tell her Joseph sent you. Yes, that's it right there. So, y'all, we got some big things coming up for y'all. Dare to be Different has been revamped, has been reorganized, has been everything up. Dare, oh wait, it's this side. Dare to be Different. You are going to see new things from Dare to Be Different. Dare to Be Different is actually officially launching new on June 19th. Yes, on June 19th, Dare to Be Different is officially relaunching again with 2 new members. Guess what? Gotta wait till June 19th to find out who. But yes, y'all are gonna, there to be different. We are gonna bring you some new and exciting things because we're daring you to be different. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We got some new things coming for you guys. A lot of new things coming for you guys. We're dare to be different. We're excited. We're all excited. All of us involved are excited, I believe. I know I am. I'm excited. And they told me they were excited as well. Tramell is excited as well. So look out for that on June 19th. I believe it's already, should already come up, scheduled for June 19th. I'm sorry, for June 19th. We have that. And then on June 20, hold on June 26th, we are going to, on June 26th, we are going to do a anniversary special. And we're going to do it, and we're going to come on June 30th. That is our actual wedding anniversary. But on the 26th, we're going to do a special live for our anniversary. So if y'all can be there and share in our anniversary celebration, it's been 3 long years. It's been real long. 3 long years. And I'm sorry, I was looking at the chat. I wouldn't change these 3 years for nothing. Everything we've been through, it ain't been, you know, all unicorns and rainbows. Sometimes there was a little bit of rain. Sometimes there was a little bit of black horses. But we persevered through all of that and did what you're supposed to do in the marriage. Learn from it and grow. That's what we did. Hey, Closet Talk. That's what we did. And that's what it's all about. People get married and think they're supposed to be in that honeymoon phase all the time. And then when the honeymoon is over, they're like, oh, I ain't signed up for this shit. And they be ready to run. And, you can't do that. That everything ain't gonna be that honeymoon phase your whole marriage. It just ain't. And yes, we all that are married would love that to be so. We all would love to stay in that honeymoon phase where, I'm just looking at you like, oh my God, I married you now. I'm so in love. Now it's Tramell is my husband. No. You still though, I'm sure anybody that's married in the chat will tell you there are times when Tramell just he could be in the kitchen cooking and I just look at him and go, damn, I really love him. And he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing absolutely nothing. I could just look at him and be like, just damn. I really love that man with all my heart. And just keep it moving. It's just a thought. But sometimes I've learned that when I feel that I need to both verbally let him know that. Because sometimes we feel unappreciated because we stop hearing the I love yous or you look good today or, it's because we used to it. Like, you're my husband. You're my wife. Like, of course I think you look good. But sometimes we still want to hear that. Sometimes we still want to know we do it for you. It just because we get so comfortable with the fact that okay, you ain't going nowhere. You my husband. You ain't going nowhere. You my wife. And we forget about that part that excited us in the beginning. Like when you went on dates or when they saw you, it was like, damn, you look good. We don't do that no more because we wake up next to each other. We see each other all the time. We go out all the time. And, you know, I may forget to say you look good. Or sometimes Tramell, when he get ready and get all smell good, I can't help it. I'm like, damn, you look good. And anybody know me, if I give you a compliment, child, you take it and run because Joseph don't give compliments. And I never realized that about myself till somebody said it to me. They was like, "Bitch, you said I look good. I must be killing it because you never say I look good." And it's not that I don't know. I just don't give out compliments. I give them out like, and they right when I tell you, "Damn, you look good today," or "Damn, you was killing it." Believe me, at that point in time, you are A plus 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 plus. I don't know why I don't give out compliments as freely as other people. I don't know why. I don't. I sat back and asked myself, like, why don't I give out compliments? It's not because I don't want to or because I don't think it. I don't know. I just don't. I guess because for me, I get tired of people always like when I was dating and men was like, "Damn, you look good," and we have a conversation, and then, "Oh my God, you really are sexy." It becomes overkill to me. It's like once is enough. Let it go. And I guess I interpret that back into my own life. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I don't give compliments, to be honest. But when I do, trust and believe, the people can't take you that day. The people can't take you that day. You wanted to kill Jay yesterday, Roxanne. Why? Because he took so long making the ribs. I told you he was cooking the ribs with love and understanding, trying to get them right for you. Oh God. See, see, I told you. See, you said they were delicious because he was in there cooking them with a little bit of love and understanding. That's what I tell Tramel when he be like, "The food ain't ready yet." I'm like, "No, because I'm cooking it with a little bit of love and understanding." And he, what the hell is love and understanding? I said, "When you eat it, you'll figure it out." Oh, y'all, yeah. So, I guess I'm gonna go and have me some ribs because I made ribs yesterday too. And y'all, please, please, please make sure. Oh, we have let me see. Hold on. Let me see if it's active. If it's active, I will tell y'all. If it's not active, then there's no need to tell you. Because I think we have to wait for it to become, yeah, we gotta wait for it to become active. So that's not active yet. So some of y'all wanted us to get a PayPal. So there is a PayPal link in the description box, but we have a new one where you can do a donation through PayPal. And I'll put that link in the description box as well. I'll put it in here too, just in case. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so that's the PayPal link. If you guys want to make a donation to the platform, and you see the Cash App is still there if you want to donate to the platform, the MKingz. Um, but I'm about to get out of here, y'all, and go start my day. Because, when I do this, I'll go downstairs, eat, and be sitting on the couch. And the next thing I know, it's 6 o'clock. And I'm like, how the hell did it become 6 o'clock? It was just 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And then Jamila sleeps, so he'll be asleep all day. So I have free range to do whatever I want, not be bothered by it. But anyway, y'all, please make sure that you follow the TheMKingz on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And if you want to become part of the TheMKingz Kingdom, make sure you hit that join button. If you don't see it, the link will be in the description box Also, make sure you go check out the Kingz Boutique so that when we come back with Coffee with the Kings, you can really have coffee with the King. See? This is just one of the four mugs that we have, the night mug. And we have new merchandise up there as well. We have a lot of new merchandise. We have cell phone cases. We have water bottles. We have a lot of new Dare to Be Different stuff, a lot of new King stuff. So go check it out. Because if you haven't been there in the last 2 days, you haven't seen the new stuff. So go check out the new stuff. You might see something that you like. And just, share us out. Share us with a friend. Tell a friend about the King. You know how that goes. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. But y'all, like I said, please make sure that you look out for Dare to Be Different and the Kingz. And Thursday night at 8 p.m. And I don't know. I was trying to think of if anybody comes on Thursday at 8 p.m., but that was the time my brother had available. So I had to roll with his schedule. So I hope you all can be here Thursday night at 8 p.m. because I am going to actually interview my baby brother. He has a new book out, and his book can be found on Amazon. And I want to say it right. I don't want to say it wrong. The title of his new book is Church Rejection. It Hurt Me, but It Helped Me by Ronald E. Glover. Now I know what my last name was before I got married. But you can get that on Amazon. It only comes in book form. I'm not sure. Last time I checked, it wasn't on Kindle. You can get his book on Amazon. We are going to talk about his book. We are going to talk about why he left his church, why he closed down his church, because my brother is the total opposite of me. My brother is a pastor and a preacher, and I'm the devil's son. No, but it will be a very, very, very good. It will be a very good interview. Trust me on that. We're going to talk about. Um, we're not going to get too much into our relationship with my father. We're not going to get really too much into that. I've already told you guys how that is for both of us. So, that is what it is. We will talk about how we met for the first time. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. His views on church, being the pastor, y'all are going to kind of be shocked. Y'all are going to be shocked listening to the pastor tell you his views. My brother's like me. He rants. Because when I saw he said, this is going to be a rant yesterday on Facebook, I said, yes, we are brothers, honey. And it was like, I'll post this long. And I read it and I was like, oh, see, it's time to interview him because I'm telling you, he has a lot to say. And what he has to say is good. So I want y'all to be there Thursday night. I gave him the option to do it pre-recorded or live. He wants to do it live because he wants you guys, if you have any questions, to ask. So I will also be able to put in the link. If you want to come up and ask questions, we'll be able to do that. So get your wigs together, get your look together if you want to come up and ask questions, or you can type them in the chat. I'm going to leave time for that after the interview for him to answer questions and stuff like that. Y'all, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And I didn't realize until I Tramel made the thumbnail how much me and my brother look alike, because my brother looked like my father just spit him out. Like he is the spitting image of my father. And me, I look like my mother. But when you stand us together, I'm like, wow, we look alike. I never really realized that we look alike. We do look alike. Like you can look at us and tell we brothers. And we're gonna talk about, we're gonna talk about a lot of things. It's really gonna be good. It's really, really, really gonna be good. Yeah. So I want y'all to be there for that. Please, if you can, and support my little brother, because this is his first interview since his book, and it's gonna be his big brother doing it. And I'm one of two other big brothers he has, because he has brothers from his mom. two brothers. I know them because when I was little and I did come around, I actually met his brothers before he was a Ford. So I know his other two brothers. Well, I know of them. Well, I know them from being younger. We don't have a relationship being older. But it's not like they're strangers to me, or I'm strangers to his brothers because they know me. They know I exist. We've met. As little kids, we played together and things like that. Before my brother was even a Ford. So it is what it is. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how it is. Him having his brothers, me having my sister, and then us coming together and all of that good stuff, all of that good stuff. That's going to be a really, 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 really good interview. It really is. And yeah, if you want to get his book, you can put his name in on Amazon, Ronald E. Glover, and it should pull him up on Amazon where you can buy his book. I'm not sure how it is that night. I'll have the moderators dropping the link in the chat to his Amazon page for his book. And yeah, we're gonna do it that way. So moms, get ready because I'm gonna send y'all that Thursday. I'll send all of y'all the link so y'all can put it in the chat. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, like I said, I'm getting out of here. I just wanted to remind y'all about Thursday night because that's why I came on today so that I wouldn't be on twice on Thursday. So Tremel will be on Thursday morning and then I'll be on Thursday night for my brother. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really excited to do this. I've interviewed my sister before, so now I get to interview, and I interviewed my sister for her books. So now I'm interviewing my brother for his book. So I'm excited. I am. And both of them are my younger siblings, so I'm excited. And yeah, I hope y'all can be there, just sharing my excitement with me. Hey, Life is Lay. And if not, then catch the replay. But anyway, y'all, you can go set a reminder for Thursday now because the uh, thumbnail is already up. But yeah, I'm getting out now that I'm getting off. Joe Mel wants to lay down at my feet and go to sleep. You see what I mean? You see, Roxanne, come get your dog. You said you want a little badass dog like Joe Mel. Come get your dog. He's your dog now. You can have him. But anyway, y'all, please remember tomorrow. I don't know if Tremel is coming in the morning or the afternoon. I guess if he comes with me to the doctor, then he'll come on in the afternoon. If he doesn't, then he'll be on at 11:30 in the morning as usual. I don't know, and he's asleep. I'm not gonna wake him up to ask him. So tomorrow you'll see Tremel either at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you will see him tomorrow afternoon. But either way, look out for him and the M King Morning Show. And please, thank you all. Thank you guys for your support. We really appreciate you guys because you don't have to be here. You don't have to watch us. You don't have to support us. And we appreciate every last one of you. Thank you to all of you that send emails and kind words and wishes and telling me and Tremel that in some way, somehow, we impact your lives to do better and do greater things. And we appreciate that because sometimes we sit and feel like it's all in vain, and then one of you guys will pop up with something or want to call us and have a conversation, and it makes what we do worthwhile. So, y'all, please enjoy your day on purpose. Make sure you have the best day ever. Enjoy your Memorial Day, even though it's a sad day because we're celebrating people that didn't quite make it through the wars and that they fought in, but still, enjoy your day. Happy Memorial Day. Always remember to do what? Walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And what is it? You know what it is. I shouldn't even have to tell you. But it's Team McRae all damn day. Enjoy your Memorial Day, y'all.